Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the major grain and cash crops of Pakistan in the topic of agriculture and livestock in the subject of geography O levels. So concentrate yourself here. We are going to start. The first crop that we are going to read in today's lecture is wheat. So concentrate yourself. Most extensively grown crop in Pakistan, mainly grown in the canal irrigated areas of the Punjab and Sindh. So these are the areas in which mainly wheat is grown. Also grown on subsistence scale, and subsistence scale stands for subsistence level, refers to a lifestyle where individuals meet their basic needs for food, shelter and clothing through traditional means such as foraging, herding, or agriculture, with minimal reliance on modern technological or external resources. So it is grown on the large scale as well as on the subsistence scale in many parts of the KPK, the northern areas and the Pochwar Plateau areas where Barani rain-fed agriculture is practiced. Provides staple food. Staple food stands for it is a food that is consumed regularly and forms a significant part of the diet, providing a large portion of a person's or population's energy and nutrient intake. So, wheat provides the staple food as it is used in making bread, chapati, or roti, as well as for the manufacture of the various baked products like biscuits and buns. The natural inputs required for the wheat farming is mild temperature, that is 10 to 20 degrees C at the time of the growing and 20 to 25 degrees C at the time of the ripening. Flat, well-drained land with moderately stiff loamy or clay soil, moderate rainfall, that is western depression, and a little rain just before harvesting improve the quality of the grain. So no more water is required. Water is not required in a large quantity, or only a small water is required. However, except for the rain-fed areas, irrigation is necessary. Now we are going to read the human inputs in the wheat farming: machinery, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides. HYV. HYV stands for, full form in agriculture is high yielding variety. High yielding varieties seeds, HYV seeds, are of the higher quality than ordinal quality seeds. The yield from these seeds is slightly higher than from regular seeds. So HYV seeds in order to improve the yield. So these are the human inputs that are required for the wheat farming. Now we are going to read the processes involved in the wheat farming: plowing, irrigating, spraying insecticides and pesticides, and harvesting. So these are the processes which involve in the farming of the wheat. Now we are going to read the outputs of the wheat farming. Wheat grain is obtained after threshing. Chaff is supplied as fodder to the animals. So these are the outputs. Grain is used to make flour, which in turn is used to make various products like bread, biscuits, buns, and chapati. The next we are going to read is rice. First, we are going to read the natural inputs that are required for the rice farming: flatland with loamy clay soil and an impervious subsoil. An impervious subsoil stands for, impervious soil refers to the soil that resists or prevents the flow of the water and other liquids through it. So this is a soil which keep its water. So impervious soil that can retain water, heavy rainfall of 1270 to 2000 millimeter. But irrigation is necessary because the heavy monsoon cannot meet the required amount. So this crop, that is rice, requires a lot of water. So although monsoon rain give a lot of water, but even then irrigation is required. 20 to 30 degrees C temperature and a warm dry period of the harvesting is required. Now we are going to read the natural inputs and the processes of the cultivation for the rice farming. Seeds, that is HYV, for commercial purposes are sown into beds or nurseries temporarily when the plant is about 1 inch high, because temporarily was sown. So when the plant is about 1 inch high, it is shifted to a well irrigated field where water level is 30 to 37 centimeter, because rice farming requires a lot of the water. Kept in water till the crop is ripe. Just before harvesting, water is drained. Threshing is done by draft animals or by mechanical threshers. After threshing, the crop is taken to the mill for polishing and packing. Husk. Husk is the outer shell or the coating of a seed. So husk is used for making cardboard or is mixing with the mud and water to cover the roofs of the houses. So these are the natural inputs and the processes of the cultivation. Now we are going to read the outputs of the rice farming. Rice grains are consumed as food directly or in the form of the various products. And husk, that is the outer shell or the coating of the seed, the husk is obtained as a byproduct that is used as for making cardboard and for covering the roofs of the houses. Okay, the next thing that we are going to read is the rice growing regions. 90% of the rice growing regions are in the Punjab and Sindh. In the Punjab, northeastern districts of the Sialkot, Gujranwala and Sheikhupura, while in Sindh, Ladkana, Shikarpur, Dadu and Jacobabad districts are famous for rice farming. Secondary regions are located close to main regions in Punjab and Sindh. Jafarabad and Nasirabad are the rice growing regions in Balochistan. Grown on subsistence scale in some parts of the KPK, because KPK's weather is not suitable for rice farming. So there, rice is grown on subsistence scale. The next thing that we are going to read is the cotton. The natural inputs required for the cotton farming are flat, well-drained land with medium loamy soil. Loamy soil stands for fertile soil of the clay and sand containing humus. 25 to 35 degrees C, both at the time of the cultivation and harvesting. Mild night temperature and a warm dry period at harvesting. Cotton crop cannot withstand frost. So this is the drawback of this cotton crop, that it cannot withstand with frost. This temperature is available in April to May and October to November. Plenty of the rainfall in the form of the frequent showers with intervals of the bright sunny days are required for the crop. Monsoon provides rain, but irrigation is necessary. Human inputs and the processes of the cultivation. Land is plowed by tractors and seeds are sown at a distance of 30 to 45 centimeter. First irrigation spell after 1 month, then second irrigation spell 3 months after the sowing time. Balls are ripe in October to November when the plants is 135 to 150 centimeter high. So the balls are ripe at that time. Chemical fertilizers are added in the beginning and insecticides and pesticides are sprayed at various stages of the growth. Picking of the bolls is done manually or by the machinery. After picking, the bolls are transported to the ginning mills for separating lint from seed. Lint is the cotton fiber obtained by the ginning process. Once the cotton seed Leaves and casing have been removed. So lint is sent in the form of the bales to the textile mills, and seed is used for the next crop as fodder for the animals and for extracting the oil. So lint is important for making the cloth, so that is sent to the textile mills, and the seed that is obtained is used for the next crop as a fodder for the animals and for the extracting oil. Cotton growing regions are main cotton growing regions are in the southern Punjab and the central Sindh, Multan to Khanewal in Punjab, and Sangar to Nawabshah in Sindh. Secondary regions include Loralai and Lasbela in Balochistan, Peshawar, Mardan, and Dera Ismail Khan in KPK. In the north, wet conditions encourage pest and insect attack, while in the west of the main cotton belt, the soil is too sandy to support cotton cultivation. So in the west, the conditions are more suitable, while in the north, conditions are not suitable. That actually favors the insects and pests to attack the crop. The next thing that we are going to read is the sugar cane. Second most important cash crop next to cotton, used for making refined sugar, brown sugar, and gur, that is raw sugar lumps. Natural inputs required for the sugar cane are flat, well-drained land with variety of the soils rich in such nutrients as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash. Being a kharif crop, it needs a warm temperature of 25 to 35 degrees C. Needs plenty of the rain, 1520 millimeter that comes through the monsoon, but irrigation is always necessary. So you can see, although a lot of the water provided by the monsoon, even then irrigation is required. So it means a lot of water is required for the sugarcane. Human inputs and the cultivation. 30 centimeter high sugarcane stalks are planted at a distance of 30 centimeter between two stalks. Potash-rich chemical fertilizers are added to the soil. Several irrigation spells are necessary for better yield. To protect the crop, pesticides and insecticides are sprayed when needed. If all these measures are taken, the plant may grow up to 6 to 7 meter in height. So, when all favorable conditions are given, 6 to 7 meter high crop is obtained. Harvesting is done by combined harvester, and the new shoots, ratoons, are left to grow into new crop next year. So harvesting is done and new shoots are left to grow into new crop for the next year. Stalks are cut by the manual labor and with the machines. After cutting, the stalks are immediately transported to the sugar mill, because this is necessary to be immediately transported to the sugar mill, because they start losing weight and sugar content if there is delay in the transportation. So if there is a delay in the transportation, weight is lost and the sugar content is lost. At the sugar mill, stalk is a long vertical stem or connecting part of the plant. So the stalks are scrubbed with chalk at the sugar mill to remove the smell and the dirt. So the first smell and dirt are removed, then juice is extracted by pressing stalks under heavy rollers. Chemicals are added to convert raw sugar, that is good, into white sugar. Molasses, bagasse, and mud press are obtained as byproducts. So these are the byproducts in the sugar making process. Molasses and mud press are used by the chemical industry. Bagasse is used for making chipboard, paper, animal feed, and roofs of the mud-built houses. Next is sugarcane growing regions. Eastern Central Punjab districts of Faisalabad, Sargodha, and Kasur. South Central Sindh districts of Badin and Hyderabad. Peshawar, Mardan, and Charsadda districts in KPK. And many secondary regions for sugarcane growing lie adjacent to the main areas in the Punjab and Sindh. Okay, next we are going to read the other crops, in which first we are going to read the tobacco, an important cash crop and export item. So a lot of foreign exchange is earned by the export of the tobacco. 60% of the tobacco growing areas lie in the KPK, where 70% of the total yield is obtained. So KPK is the main area for the growing of the tobacco, and out of total input, total crop, 60% is obtained from the KPK. In the KPK, Peshawar and Mardan are the important for the tobacco crop. 35% of the area lie in Punjab, that produces 25% of the yield. In Punjab, Sialkot, Gujranwala and Multan are main tobacco growing areas. 5% of the area and production belong to the Pishin district of the Balochistan. Human inputs which have contributed to the importance of the tobacco in the main areas of the production include, so these are the human inputs. Good quality seeds are required. For example, this is the type of the seed that is called Virginia. Use of the fertilizers, chemicals are required, and the irrigation, canal irrigation is required. So this was the lecture, students. I hope so this will be much more easier for you to understand now. So read this lecture again, understand it, learn it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.